Imagine a car that's not just fast, but practical enough to haul your groceries, carry your family, and still make the hair on your neck stand up when you mash the pedal. Introducing the Dodge Magnum SRT8, a muscle car that could double as your daily driver, but only if you can handle the power. But is it more than just a power-packed station wagon? Let's find out. The Dodge Magnum SRT8 isn't your average station wagon. It's a high-performance vehicle that takes muscle car vibes and throws them into the world of practicality. When it debuted in 2005 at the Los Angeles Auto Show and hit the streets in 2006, it caught everyone's attention. In a market where people usually sacrifice performance for practicality, the Magnum SRT8 became a rare breed, offering both in spades. It was sleek, muscular, and could carry your family, your gear, or even your dog. But with a monstrous HEMI engine under the hood, this car was definitely not just for errands. Let's break down the engine a bit further because, let's be honest, that's what most of you are here for. The Magnum SRT8 uses a 6.1-liter HEMI V8, an engine that has become iconic for its performance. 425 horsepower and a 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds. That's no joke. Just so you get the picture, in the quarter mile, this thing blasts through it in 13.1 seconds at 108 miles per hour. That's muscle car territory, but with enough practicality to keep your dog in the back. It's not just for show either. This car moves. Behind the wheel, you'll immediately notice that the Magnum SRT8 feels like it was born to make you grin. The firmer suspension and larger Brembo brakes don't just make it look tough, they make it handle tough. Turn in the corners and you'll notice the road hugging you right back. That firm suspension, it's there for a reason, to keep this beast stable at high speeds, but also to ensure it doesn't have the road manners of a runaway shopping cart. The steering is responsive, and you can feel the weight shift as you corner, giving you that sports car feel, even though the car weighs much more than the average sedan. It's an experience you won't forget. Inside, it's a whole different world. You wouldn't expect a muscle car to feel this refined, but the Magnum SRT8 pulls it off. The interior features a leather-wrapped steering wheel, performance-oriented gauges, and a clean layout. It's not over the top with flashy materials, but it's functional, comfortable, and surprisingly spacious. Whether you're hauling a family, luggage, or just trying to look cool in the grocery store parking lot, the Magnum's cabin gives you the space to do it. One of the standout features of the Magnum SRT8's interior is its practicality. Despite the high-performance nature of the vehicle, the cabin is surprisingly spacious for a vehicle in its class. The seats are comfortable, offering ample support for long drives, while the rear offers plenty of room for passengers or luggage. Whether you're packing for a road trip or just taking a quick errand run, the Magnum SRT8 makes it easy to load up your gear and still enjoy the thrill of the drive. Now, let's talk about the exterior, because you're not driving around a car like this without wanting to look good doing it. The Magnum SRT8 has one of the most distinctive muscle car silhouettes of the mid-2000s. It's like someone took a wagon, threw in some steroids, and gave it an aggressive front fascia with a larger lower grille for those brake cooling ducts. It's a look that says, "I'm ready for action," without being obnoxious about it. The 20-inch wheels fill out the wheel wells just right, giving the car a wide, planted stand. It's the kind of design that you can spot from a mile away, and you'll probably have to dodge a few gawkers while you're driving. The aggressive styling is a key part of the Magnum SRT8's personality. It's not a car that tries to hide its muscle, it embraces it. The design is bold, but it's not overdone. The large, functional grille serves both form and function, allowing for better airflow to cool the engine, while the rear end is just as menacing with its dual exhaust tips that give a hint of what's to come when you step on the throttle. It's a car that looks like it could take on the world, yet it still has that family-friendly wagon shape that makes it practical. In 2008, Dodge gave the Magnum SRT8 a facelift because, hey, why not make a cool car even cooler? The updated front fascia gave the Magnum a sharper look, with those more aggressive headlights and a smaller, more dynamic grille. If you were lucky enough to grab one of these new models, you'd also get that larger lower grille to help with brake cooling, a necessity when you've got all that horsepower to handle. The 2008 facelift didn't just improve the aesthetics, it made the car even more functional. The tweaks to the front end were aimed at improving cooling and airflow, something that was needed with the HEMI V8 under the hood. New colors like Tor Red, Steel Blue Metallic, and others made the Magnum SRT8 stand out even more, giving buyers plenty of options to choose from if they wanted to make a statement. Now, let's get into the safety side of things, because while we love speed, safety matters too. The 2006 NHTSA ratings were a bit scarce. No frontal crash test scores were given, and side impact ratings were only provided for the driver and rear passenger. Rollover risk was a solid 10%. Not exactly ideal for highway heroics, but hey, you're driving a muscle wagon, not a tank. But keep in mind, the SRT8 isn't the safest choice for family road trips if that's your #1 priority. When it comes to safety, the Magnum SRT8 isn't the top contender in its class, but it does feature some important safety measures. With airbags, stability control, and a solid body structure, it does what it can to protect its occupants. Still, with its performance-oriented nature, it's clear that the SRT8 is more about thrill than it is about being the safest choice for your family. The Dodge Magnum SRT8 wasn't just for America. In Europe and Australia, it was sold as the Chrysler 300 Touring, complete with right-hand drive. Some even came with a 3.0L CRD turbo diesel option, which is a far cry from the HEMI V8, but still an interesting option for anyone looking for a bit more efficiency on the road. For those who didn't want the HEMI, the option of a turbo diesel engine provided a more fuel-efficient alternative. The Dodge Magnum SRT8, with its HEMI V8 engine, is a thrilling ride, but like any high-performance vehicle, it comes with its own set of maintenance challenges. Common issues that owners might face include problems with the transmission, especially with the early 5-speed automatic models, and potential issues with the rear differential. The Magnum SRT8's suspension, though firm for handling, may also experience wear over time, particularly the control arms and bushings. The high-performance Brembo brakes, while fantastic for stopping power, can be costly to replace and maintain, especially if the car is driven hard. Additionally, fuel consumption is relatively high due to the V8 engine, which can lead to more frequent visits to the pump. Regular oil changes, tire rotations, and brake inspections are essential to keeping this beast running smoothly, and owners should expect moderate to high upkeep costs, with routine maintenance running anywhere from $300 to $800 per service, depending on what needs attention. When compared to other SRT models, the Magnum SRT8 stands out for its unique blend of muscle car performance and station wagon practicality. The Charger SRT8, with its similar 6.1-liter HEMI V8, delivers more of a traditional sedan experience, offering aggressive performance but with less cargo space and versatility. On the other hand, the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8 brings the same power to an SUV platform, prioritizing off-road capabilities alongside its performance, though it doesn't handle as sharply as the Magnum. The Magnum SRT8 offers a distinct advantage in terms of rear seat and cargo space, making it the more family-friendly choice. While the Charger focuses more on street performance and the Grand Cherokee is designed for rugged terrain, the Magnum blends these traits, offering a well-rounded option that doesn't compromise on the thrill of driving, all while maintaining a surprising level of everyday usability. This makes it an appealing choice for those who want a muscle car with a practical edge. Unfortunately, every good thing must come to an end. The Magnum SRT8 was discontinued in 2008. Despite its strong performance and cult following, Dodge pulled the plug on it, replacing it with the Dodge Journey, which, let's be real, just doesn't hit the same notes. It was a sad day for muscle car lovers, but sometimes even the best things don't last forever. The Magnum SRT8 was a unique vehicle that combined muscle and practicality, and it left a lasting impression on car enthusiasts everywhere. When Dodge discontinued it in 2008, it felt like a moment of loss for the automotive world. The Magnum SRT8 had carved out its own niche, and it was hard to imagine something else filling that void. So, what about today? Is the Dodge Magnum SRT8 still worth it in 2023? If you're a car enthusiast or muscle car fan, absolutely. You can still find them on the used market, and they're ripe for modification. Want to throw in a supercharger and turn up the boost? Go ahead. Maybe a set of upgraded Brembos or some wider wheels to improve handling? Definitely. You can pick up some parts from other SRT models to keep it running strong and sounding even better. Plus, for the price you might pay for a used one today, you're getting a piece of muscle car history that can still hang with some of the newer performance vehicles. The Dodge Magnum SRT8 wasn't just another high-performance car. It was a symbol of what happens when you take a practical family car and inject it with pure muscle. And even though it's no longer in production, its legacy lives on. So if you've ever thought about owning a muscle car that's a little different from the norm, this is one you'll want to consider. It's the car that proves you can be a practical driver and still have some fun at the same time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Dodge Magnum SRT8, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more content on the cars you love. I've got plenty more coming your way, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. Until next time, keep your engines running and your passion for cars high.